Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. It's 11 o'clock and I'm doing my video already. This is a miracle. It's a miracle. I usually don't get to this until like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. So it's nice to be finished and able to do this nice and early. So I have some new plushies for you and one old standby. But I ended up making 11 items. Of course, there's a couple of duplicates, but that's okay. That's okay. I was determined to work on smalls this week, and that's what I did. Nothing huge. One test. I was only supposed to make one of the items. It's a bundle of different characters, different animals, and I ended up making 3 out of 4 of them because I thought they were cute and I wanted to see what they looked like finished. So got that done. Then I got picked for a test that is, I think the reason I'm doing this so early is so I can get started on that other test. It's big. It's big, and that's going to take me a while because I am not a fast crocheter, and I'll only crochet for a while and stop so I don't kill my wrists and hands. So I'm expecting this one to take me several days to do. So hopefully I have it ready for next Wednesday. I don't think I'll have a lot for you next Wednesday. I'll be working on everything for my market. My market's 10 days away. It's the one I'm doing with Robin. So looking forward to that. So, and a little nervous. It's a bigger market. I've never done one like this. It's outside. I dread it because I hate the heat. We have a cold front coming through this week. So those who are doing this market this weekend will be lucky because it's only going to be in the 70s, which is very unusual for here. And my son and daughter-in-law are doing that one all weekend. And then we have the following weekend, we have the day before Easter. So we'll see how it all goes. I just hope it's not too hot. That's my biggest concern. My biggest concern is the heat. I do not tolerate it very well. Don't like it. Big reason I never wanted to move to Florida is the heat and humidity here. But here I am, almost 15 years later. I can't believe I've lived here this long. Oh gosh. Let me see, do I have any news for you? Let's see. Not a whole heck of a lot. It was a lazy week for me. I really was not in much of a mood to crochet, which I'm sure you understand after my sister's passing last week. And everything I made, I probably did in the last 2 days. 2 days. Usually I'm rushing on Wednesday mornings to get something finished, but not today. I stayed up late last night and finished what I wanted to do. Oh, I had to do one thing this morning. I did have to do one thing, and I'll show you later. And that's about it. Doesn't look like I'm going to Dell's funeral. They're doing it on Good Friday. That's the day Robin's coming down and sleeping over, and our market is the next day. So I will not be going to Rhode Island. It's the only weekday that I asked them not to do it, that I could not do it then. If they did it at the beginning of the week, I don't care if I flew up for one day and came back the next. But nope, they picked Good Friday. So it was easier for the rest of the family, they told me. So when we spoke, and I think I may have mentioned this in last week's video, when I had that last conversation with Dell, She had asked me, Susie, are you coming up in June? And I said, yes. And she says, good, you can come visit me in the dirt. So I guess that's what I'm going to be doing. I had a long talk with my son Jay the other night. He was traveling to Indiana from Rhode Island, and I am everybody's ride talker. Keep them awake while they're traveling. My nephew calls me, my sons call me when they're on the road. So we talked for quite a while, over an hour, which is really unusual for me and Jay. And I told him that, and she is being buried in his town. So he says, I'll take you, Mom. And I said, okay, that's nice. I will definitely go in June, just like she said. Just like she said. I don't know, some weird stuff. Weird things happen when people are going. So anyhow, that's the end of that story. I don't want to talk about it anymore. So like I said, not much has happened in the last week. I've pretty much stayed home. Haven't done a whole heck of a lot. Well, I did. On Sunday, I did all my inventory. I went through every piece I have made. I entered it all in square with the photograph. Decided what my prices would be. Changed all of the tags that were tied on. I had these tags because I wanted pretty pink. And they were all tied on with these little strings. But when you're trying to get these off at a market, it's not fun. So actually Grumpy helped me big time because I was in here. I had a whole ton of plushies in my craft room that needed pricing. So I was doing that, and he grabbed the bags of plushies I had that had these tags on them and took off all of the strings and put a little pink bulb pin on them. And it's going to be so much easier to take them off because these strings are just not good. Not good. So that's all done. So after I'm finished this video today, I will do the ones I have, put them in my square, and get it done right away. And then I'm all caught up. I am excited. I'm excited that I finished that. Remember these cute little froggies with the signs that I made? Well, I have an idea on how to do the signs. I don't know if people are going to be interested or not. They can throw them away, but I have an idea to make them where they look a little nicer than this. This one says Budweiser. Budweiser. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. So I will see if my idea works. And I'll probably do that today. And then I have to get started on that big project. I'm starting that today. Maybe it won't turn out to be as bad as I thought it was. I need huge eyes though. She said 40mm eyes. And the eyes need to be orange. I don't have anything like that. So I think I'm going to have to order some. And she doesn't want sinker eyes. She wants flat eyes. I know I don't have any flat eyes that big. So I'm going to have to do some digging. I'll probably have to buy some flat eyes from Amazon and get some big ones and paint myself so I have some orange eyes. That will be a new experience. I have never done that. Never ever done that. So, Grumpy's washing floors for me. That's so nice. I did the bathrooms. That's it. Little tiny rooms. But he's doing the kitchen, and we have a front room that's dining room, sitting area combined. So that's nice. And he volunteered. I was so surprised when he said, I'm going to wash the floors. Okay. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain. So I guess this won't be a very long video because I don't have a whole heck of a lot to say, which is really weird for me, right? Really weird for me. I'm excited about Robin coming next week. Going to do a good old-fashioned girls sleepover. Get up very early Saturday morning and drive out to the venue. We have to be there by a certain time. If you get there any later than 9 o'clock, they'll block you from coming in. So I think the market runs from 10 to 3. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't done a good market since I did the boys' school in November. So I am way overdue to do something good. I need to make money. I need to make money. And if I don't do well, I'm thinking of doing a sale here in case anybody is interested in buying any of my plushies. Of course, they're always available. Always available. If you ever see anything you like, I have my email address in the description in all of my videos. And you can send me an email and I'll give you any information you need about it. Grumpy and I have been talking about maybe doing an online sale. If I don't sell a lot in 10 days, I might consider doing that because I don't think I'll be doing another market till the fall. It's too hot here in Florida, unless I'm lucky enough to find something indoors, and that's really hard to find. That's really, really hard to find. So we'll see. I'm thinking of doing that. I don't know. Have to figure it out. I've never done anything like that. But I did not know if I have so many new subbies, and thank you so much for coming to my channel. That makes an old lady happy, I'll tell you, that this many people watch my videos. I mean, if I get 1,500 views on a video, my gosh, that's 1,500 people. Yikes. That's amazing. Just amazing. I just never dreamed that would happen to me. Never dreamed that would happen to me. It's awesome. It's just awesome. It makes my day. I get such a kick out of that. Oh, and before I forget, because I'm trying to stay away from the subject, but then little things come up and I need to get back to it. But last week when I told you about my sister's passing, there were so many of you who sent condolences in the comments on that video. Oh my gosh, so many of you. And I appreciated that so much, so much. It was a tough time, but reading the comments you posted and everything kind of made me feel better. Sad, but better. I don't know if you understand that. That was really good. That was really, really good. And I so appreciate that. And it wasn't only new subscribers who did that. It was my regular subscribers who are always here for me. And I appreciate you so much. This community, I loved my paper crafting community. Absolutely loved them. They were the best people. And I still go and watch some of them. And but I spend most of my time here now. And I am just amazed at how much more active the crochet community is over the paper crafting community. And I was part of that community for years and years. And every now and again, I like to still make cards, not as much. I'm thinking of doing lots of destashes with my paper crafting materials because I just got tons and tons of it. Because I was as crazy about buying that stuff as I am about yarn. And I'm thinking if I do destashes online, which I've done in the past, or maybe do like a craft garage sale for people here, that they can come and look at things and buy them if they want. And it can I got a lot. I got a lot and I'm not using it. So may as well try to sell some of it and make a little bit of money back on what I spent. Not all of it. I can't get rid of all my paper and certain things I just will never get rid of. But a lot needs to go. A lot needs to go. Wouldn't that shelf look nice full of yarn? It's all paper crafting. I think it would look really nice full of yarn. So anyway, I digress again. As always, as always. So let's get started with the little plushies I made this week. Like I said, I didn't make any big ones. I really wanted to make that night dragon in black and I just never got around to it. I don't know if I'll have a chance to make him before my market. Depends how quick I can get this test done. I'm thinking doom and gloom on that one, and it'll take me forever, but who knows? Maybe I'll get through it in just a couple days instead of days and days. So we'll see. So one thing I said, and Robin and I were talking the other day, and I think she was trying to give me ideas for little things because I just couldn't think of little stuff that I wanted to make. Just didn't. I was very surprised when I went through my inventory and I had no mini turtles left. I had no ladybugs left. I had no stingrays left. And those were things that I took with me all the time when I was doing the market at the hotel. And they're all gone. So I must have sold the rest of them at the school market and then just never looked at all that stuff. But I took every single piece out of the bag and went through everything, and I was very surprised. I was very surprised. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to make the little turtles again. And then I think it was Monday, I said, oh, I've got all of this scrap yarn from Premier Puffy Chunky. I may as well make a few little turtles. So I did. So let's see which ones I made. I made this little guy. They're so cute though. I don't know why I didn't want to make them. I guess I got tired of them because I made so many of them. But that's one. And this is another. He's got there we go. Smushed down his shell a little bit. The brown and pinks. And then I did blue and a little bit of black. So I had to do his eyes in blue because I couldn't do black eyes on him. You'd never see it. But I don't put safety eyes on these. So little kids can play around with them and everything too. Safe for the little ones. Safe for the little ones. I had a lot of brown, so I did another brown, and this is mustard. And the hardest part was trying to pick a color for this, the rim on it, on the shell, and I chose red, which I think looks fine. So I matched his eyes with his trim. So cute. And then I made pink and green. Cute. One of my favorite color combos. And then I made purple and green, my other favorite color combo. And I forget what the name of this color is. I don't remember. So I made 6. I made 6 little turtles, and I'll bring them and see how they do, if they're still good sellers or not. But this is a pattern by Robin, KnottingHookCrochet. And of course, all of the designers I'll put in the description below with a link to their channel or the patterns. Everything I made, no free patterns this week. They're all from Etsy. All from Etsy. So then I got an email stating that I was chosen to do another test. I put in for lots of them. And lately I've been pretty lucky. I've been getting quite a few. But I swear before they wouldn't pick me because I was old. I really believe that. But I think a lot of people have gotten over that, because now people have come to me and asked me to test, which is quite flattering, actually. Quite flattering. So I got an email from Emytoys, and she is on Instagram and Etsy, and this pattern will be on her Etsy page. It's being released on April 12th. And it's a bundle of 4 critters, and she calls them squishy buddies because they're chunky. They're chunky. So I had to choose which one I wanted to make. There were 4 in the package. There was a panda, a cat, a bunny, and a bear, a regular bear, not a panda. So I chose the panda because it makes me think of my granddaughter. She always liked pandas when she was younger, so I think she's over it now. But I will always remember that because I made her a panda several years ago, and used to send her panda cards and things like that. So I chose the panda and got him made. Oh, it didn't take long at all. These are quick little patterns, and they're very cute and very chunky. Very chunky. But here's my little panda. Isn't he cute? Now this one I made, see, he does have a little tail here. It's crooked though. I don't know why I didn't get it in the center. It wasn't a pattern because I didn't have an issue on others that I made. But I thought he was so cute. I put little blue eyes on him. And I just think he was adorable, and he's very squishy and chunky. And I was happy with him. I think he's adorable. He's adorable. So then I decided, well, yesterday actually, I decided I want to make that cat. I want to see how that cat comes out. And I've done 3 out of the 4 of them. And I've used a different yarn with each one just to see the difference in sizes and everything. So I made the cat, and I made it out of Bernat frosting yarn. And this is the kitty. And cute. It's got a little spot there. Put green eyes on because I just think a cat's having green eyes. Big tail. Big kitty tail. It's not stuffed, it's flat, but the yarn's thick, so, but cute, cute, cute. Isn't it cute? I like it. I like it. I like it. So that's the kitty. Very easy, very easy. I did not find a thing wrong with the patterns. And I love to look for mistakes. I do. I usually find typos or something like that, and I found nothing in this one. And then after I was done the cat, I said, well, I may as well make the bunny. I may as well make the bunny. I got fluff flying around. Yarn bombs, as we like to call them. So I think this is super, super cute. And this is the bunny. Isn't he adorable? Isn't he adorable? He's got a little tail in the back. But the feet are different. The feet are different. It's just this circle, and then you sew it to the front. So the only things on this were the feet and the ears that I had to sew. And that's what it was on all of them. You had to, except the cat. No, yeah. I thought you had to sew the tail on a cat, but you don't. It's crocheted. So this is my little bunny. I thought it was just so cute. So cute. And I gave this one blue eyes. Blue eyes. So this pattern release, like I said, will be on the 12th. I'll put a link to it in the video below. I mean, in the description below. Might be my favorite out of the 3. I don't know. This is the panda. Cat's pretty too. This is Sweet Snuggles yarn that I used for this one. So if we want to see size differences, not a lot between these two. I was surprised. I thought this would come out a lot bigger. I think it was a bit chunkier, but the size is the same. And then of course, the parfait is the littlest, but not bad. Let's see if I can pick all three up. So cute. I like them. I like them. If I had more time, I'd make more, but I am just not stressing myself out for next week because it's going to be so close to the market, and I need to do that test. I need to do that test, and I'm looking forward to it, actually. The designer on this bundle is Emytoys, Emytoys. I believe she has an Instagram and her Etsy page, and I will put the link in the description below. Then I was looking, I think these were the first things I made this week. Maybe Sunday night? No, Sunday night I was working on all that stuff. I don't remember. Monday morning? I think I made everything Monday and yesterday. I took a long time off. I really wasn't doing much at all. But I was looking through my patterns and I found one. Well, I have several that I've gotten and I've never ever made. So I don't know if you remember, but for Christmas and last year, several times, I had to make a couple of Blueys, but the big ones, you know, they were big. They're like this tall. And then I had to make some stitch characters for Christmas, and they were about the same size. They were really big. So I came across this pattern I had in my stash of a little Bluey and Bingo. And I know little ones love watching that cartoon. So I thought, well, maybe I'll try these and see how they come out. So here's my little Bluey. Cute. And these eyes I made this morning on my Cricut, and I'm so proud of myself that I figured it out, because I had to go from inches to centimeters, because that's what the measurements were for the eyes, and centimeters, and I know nothing about centimeters or how to convert that on a Cricut, so I had to do research on how to do that, how to switch things over, and it wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad, but isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? He's little. He's little. He doesn't have all of the stuff on him that the large one has, but the pattern was easy. The pattern was easy, and I got some yarn coming out of his tail. I have to pull that in. I don't have a hook in here. The only thing I did not like about this pattern is the way she closed the head and attached the ears. I did not like that. And it left this ridge by doing that. Don't like it. And I was telling Robin about it. I said, I don't like that. And she had made this, a while back. And she said she didn't like it either. And she ended up just sewing hers on because she didn't like the finish. But I did what the pattern said. But from the front, I think he's adorable. I think he's adorable. So I had to make his buddy. I had to make his buddy Bingo. And probably didn't use the best colors, but I went with what the pattern says since I'm really not familiar with kids' cartoon shows. So this is my Bingo. And I think this should be yellow. But she said to use peach, so I did. But I think it's so cute anyway, right? It's so cute. So now I have a little Bluey and Bingo to bring to my market next week. Aren't they cute? Aren't they cute? I think they'll sell. I think they will. If not, I'll have them for another market or sell here online. And that's it. That's all I did. And it really just in the last couple of days. But I did get everything done. All my inventory is done. I think I have 100 and Oh, let me think. I must have about 170 plushies. And that, I'm not sure if that's counting scrunchies and bows. I don't know if I counted that in there. But somewhere in there, somewhere in there is around 170. So I don't think I'm going to have much more than that if I get anything made for next week. We'll see. I'll have to think of something to talk about next week and show you that big plushie I'm making. I think I should finish him in a week. I think so. So wishing you all a very, very good week, and do something fun. Do something fun. We all need to do something fun, right? Now and again. So I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm not going to start talking again like I normally do. So until next week, keep crocheting. Bye.